What's up, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Remotely Paranormal. I am one of the hosts today. My name is Kris, and I am from over on Haunted Road Trip. And so, let me explain to you how this show works. All right, I am from the comfort of my own home, watching all of this unfold, while Bree travels to these different locations and is locked down solo doing an investigation with challenges that I will give her throughout the night. So let us tune into her where she is. She is at the fabulous Monroe Mystery House or Mystery Monroe House. How do you say it?
The Mysterious Monroe House.
The Mysterious Monroe House. Now, we have been prepping for this for like the last hour, just getting stuff ready and that for the night, and it's been pretty active.
Yeah. This
Like,
place is insane.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been here a little bit before 4:30, I've had doors open and shut. I've had footsteps. I've had conversations, knocking on walls, scratching on walls, just all kind. I mean, you name it, it's probably happened so far, and the night is still young, so this is going to be
Wow.
quite interesting.
Yeah. We came into some things that we even couldn't figure out how to kind of debunk already, and we're going to dive into that in a few.
Yes.
Um, because it's very weird. But I just want to do a few shout outs real quick. We got Sam's Pretty Paranormal here. Mecca is joining us tonight. Josh from one of my road trip crew. Adam is here. Hillary, Eternal Paranormal, and Deborah is all watching. Thank you all for tuning in to us tonight. We really appreciate it. So tonight we got 5 rooms. Now this place has more than 5 rooms. This place is a labyrinth of a place, and I kind of want to dive into that for a minute before we start investigating. But we have 5 rooms with 5 different challenges, and that's how remotely paranormal works. Every episode we will be doing different sorts of challenges, mixing it up a little bit, and hoping that Bree does not freak out. And Nick is here. Thanks, Nick. Thanks. I feel like that high babe was for me. I got you, Nick. Um, so,
Hey.
um, so why don't you? It's interesting about this place. Why don't you give us a little history about the place, where it's been seen before, what has happened?
Okay, so the Mysterious Monroe House is located in Hartford City, Indiana. Literally right down the street from me is actually the Blackford County Jail. Now, from what I've been told, while that jail was being built, the sheriff lived here, and in the basement there's still the last remaining piece of evidence that the prisoners were kept here. Is there's a wooden bar on the floor where you can see like where the metal rungs would have been, where the prisoners were kept, and they would help with building the jail, from what I've been told. Um, Not 100% sure if that's correct, but that's how it was relayed to me. Now, the property itself, when Eddie and Pam actually bought this house, they bought it as a quick flip. They were going to fix it up and turn around and sell it. It's actually set up as a duplex. Like there's a full kitchen downstairs, there's a full kitchen upstairs. So they actually redid the backyard and fenced it in, put a really nice fire pit in. It's got all the plugins so you can do like camping in the back when you come to investigate. And when he was digging the fence post out back, they found not just like 1 or 2 arrowheads, they would find like handfuls of arrowheads, which
Wow.
me being a history junkie makes me believe that this is either like where Indians were at, Native Americans would stay, like if they were following, because a lot of tribes would follow the herds throughout the seasons for, to get their protein. Or this could have been a trading post, could have been here. There could have been some sort of settlement as people were moving from east to west. Arrowheads were used depending on the tribe. They could have been used as currency. So for them to be as much as he said that he had found leads me to believe that there was some sort of settlement here, especially since this house was brought to mainstream notice and popularity through the TV show Paranormal Lockdown, which actually had the famous Nick Groff and Katrina Weidman on it. So they would stay in locations for 3 days, 2 nights, and do investigations. Now, when Eddie and Pam had bought the house, they could not keep contractors here because of the paranormal activity that would happen. They reached out to different people. The show ended up coming in. Now, there's famous footage of the kitchen where they walk through the kitchen and they come back into the kitchen and all the cabinets and drawers are completely wide open. And nobody else was in the home except for them. So that's completely unexplainable. On top of that, if you watched it, you will remember that there was a body found in the crawl space. The police had to be called in, coroners. And from what Pam was telling me, when they actually were bagging up the bones were so old that they literally disintegrated in the coroner's hands.
Wait, so the body was buried in the basement?
Yeah, so it was in the crawl space of the basement. So depending on what time this house was built, added on to, there was a body, and actually there was multiple bodies that have been found, and they were just buried haphazardly. Normally when a body is buried, it's buried so like you're facing east, because Christian belief is that when Jesus comes back with the starts with an R and I can't remember
the
what it's called.
rapture.
Yes, thank you. I'm like, it's not resurrection, that's Easter. But yes, with the rapture, you're going to be facing east. You're going to come up and face Jesus with the rapture. So, because Christian belief dictates that the dead will rise before the living is called up into the heavens with Jesus with the rapture. So, the bodies that were found were buried haphazardly, not pointing the way that they should have been in a typical Christian burial. So you either got people that were dumped along the way, but my knowing history, it is my belief, and I could be wrong on this, but with what I believe is as people were moving from east to west, going along different trails and migrating out to different states, different territories, if somebody died, you typically would just bury them where they fell. In a sense, you would prepare the body and you would just bury them and keep going. You couldn't keep, especially if it was the hot summer months, you couldn't keep your dead with you until you got to where you were going because there was no refrigeration, no freezing. So you would bury them along the way. Over time, headstones, markers would disintegrate, be lost to time. So there's a lot of rich history here. The Mysterious Monroe House is constantly evolving. It's constantly showing itself. I fully believe that it's like a sentient being.
I was about to say, I've heard that rumors about the place that like this is like a living, breathing place itself.
Yeah, like when they've actually got it on video, and Pam even told me this when I was here in August, that when they've been in the home and the home has vibrated almost as if it was like exhaling. And they checked to make sure that there was no earthquakes. There was nothing that registered for the local area. And it's as if the house is like breathing. It's as if it's alive of its own. Now, whether it's because it's risen to the point where it's taken on its own energy, or the spirits that are on the property within the home have brought it to that level where it's a living entity itself. There's so many different hypotheses. I know like Brian J. Cano, he actually does a lecture on buildings needing energy, and they call out to people, and they're wanting people in, and the more that they get people in, they're bringing that energy in, and they're coming to life again. So there's different aspects, there's different theories as to what could be going on with the property and the home. It's actually quite fascinating when you think about it. There's so many rabbit holes and trails you can go down.
Sure. Well, are you ready to get into the night?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because after hearing some of the stuff you just told me, I have some great plans of what you are going to have to go through tonight. So I'll surprise you with those as we go.
I mean, let's get remotely paranormal. Let's go into Brie mode.
Okay, so when we were doing our walkthrough earlier, I noticed there was a room that I told you to leave some tripwire.
Yes.
Let's head there. Let's have that be our first room that we're going to go to.
Let's do this.
So I'm going to put Brie backstage while she's moving to the next location and getting ready. And what we are looking at in this room, we don't know if there's some sort of electromagnetic field going through it, because it's almost like the second this tripwire goes into the room, the tripwire goes off nonstop. When you pull it out into the hall, it's completely done and not blinking. So we thought maybe that was it. We took some EMF meters in there. Those didn't even go off. So we're going to do some interaction with all of you and see, what do you want to see Brie do to maybe try to debunk this room a little bit. She's almost up in location. I'm going to bring her back up on stage.
All right. Are we able to see everything okay?
I can see everything okay. Is this the same room?
Yeah, this is the same room. It does not look the same, does it?
It does not look the same at all.
Yeah. It's fucking heavy in here.
Is it? So
yeah.
I was kind of filling everybody watching in on what we experience, and there's this moving electromagnetic field going through this house, and it was so weird that we had the tripwire going and it would be nonstop in this room, but when we would just take it outside the room, it would stop. So why don't we turn on and see if it goes wild again like it was.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw something on the screen too that, it could be dust. I don't know. It's at 1414 if anybody wants to check that out. So interesting with this. The colors are pretty solid for the most part. Almost all of them were blinking before.
Yeah. I got the one purple going blue. I got reds going yellow. I've got green at the very end going blue. It's going. These are like fucking Christmas lights.
Can you turn on the EMF? And it's kind of hard to see from here. Is there any way you can take the camera and bring it into the room with you so that we can see your point of view? Yeah, so just bear with me, guys. I got to work with the legs on the tripod then. It's going to be a little shaky, and I apologize. I can hear stuff coming from downstairs. Yeah, earlier when we were on the phone, you could hear knocking very loud and scratching on the wall. Yeah, so I don't want to get too close with my phone, but there's the K2. Okay. Now, but what's funny is that the K2 wasn't doing that before. Right. Now, Brie, do me a favor. Place the camera so it's facing the door so we can see out. And I want you to pull the tripwire through the door and show them how the signal changes when it's... Yep, that's perfect.
Okay. So you can already see with me holding it.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, I've got one.
So we got one still going. Interesting.
Literally, as soon as it hits the... And I'm all purple.
So...
Can you see it all?
Oh,
wait. I don't have anything on me.
Right. So we got a couple of things, right? Eternal Paranormal has suggested going downstairs under that room and seeing if the same thing happens. Nick said in his book bag he has an EMF reader that will tell you exactly what the EMF is.
Okay. I will be right back.
Is there electricity in this room?
There's a switch, but I couldn't, when I flipped it before, I couldn't get the light to go on.
Okay. So why don't you run and grab that EMF reader? I'll stay here and watch the tripwire with everybody else. Mecca, that was my thoughts exactly. That maybe there was something under the floor. So when we were there, however, or when Brie was there before we went live, she was taking the EMF reader and going across the floor. And as you can see, look at all that activity going on right outside the door. That's wild. I'm gonna make Brie full screen so we can see it. You guys may not be able to hear me, or yeah, you should still be able to hear me now. But that is a lot of movement going on.
Wow. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, oh, we've been watching it. I got it full screen, so it's been going off nonstop.
I'll get right here. It feels weird. Okay.
Yeah, well, so why don't you tell us about it? What are you feeling when you're right there?
So this whole room has taken on a whole different feel to it from when, you can stand, straddle it, and,
So
it's really
Jackie.
heavy. It's really, really heavy. I'll be honest, it's really heavy. It's almost taken on... it feels like there's stuff in here. It definitely feels like there's spirit in here. I've got a ringing in my ear right now. I have nothing on my body that should be setting this stuff off. I got flashlight.
So I want to throw out one more scenario. Jackie in chat asked, how about a battery change? She says sometimes hers start to do that around the time of a change of a battery. Now, are those new batteries that have been put in that?
They are newer.
Okay.
We just changed them. We did not use these last night at the undisclosed haunted location. We used these the weekend before at the undisclosed haunted location, and we ended up changing batteries then, I think, or before we used them. I know they just went through a change, but the way these are twinkling, with the pile that they're in, it makes absolutely no sense to me. Because
Okay.
they're rotating. It's almost like Christmas lights. I don't know how to
So
describe it. Like it's
Nick
really like
says
a
they
shot of Christmas lights.
Nick says they are freshly changed.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like Christmas lights going off. See?
Okay. So we
Like
have Nick's EMF reader now, right?
yeah.
Let's
So
check that and see what that is.
okay, so I've got it flat on the floor. The EF is at 1. The RF is at, it keeps going between 0.00 and 0.01. And then the bottom keeps going from, the EMF on the bottom is going from 0.0 to 0.2. It literally is fluctuating. Like right now it's 2, 0.2. Yeah. Like it 0.1, 0.2. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
Okay.
Like
So
I don't.
I'm not familiar with that piece of equipment. I know an
I'll be
EMF
honest,
reader, but
I'm not.
not those fancy EMF readers.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This isn't something that I'm 100% familiar with either. Like I've done K2, I've done trip lights, but I haven't used like an actual EMF reader before.
Nick says, show the camera the screen of the EMF reader. On the bottom, it says what it is.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. It looks like it is at a 0.2 at the moment. Back away from the camera a little bit, maybe. Now I can't see it.
Well, 0.2 was what it was on the floor.
Okay.
Now on the floor, right here, the RF on the floor was at 0. So I don't know if that means anything.
Well, we can't see it
And
anymore where it is.
Okay.
The screen's all white. It's all white out.
I mean, I've got the K2 next to it, and the K2 is going like it.
Okay. So why don't? How do you feel? Do you know what room is directly above this room?
I'm thinking, would that be the seance room? Right below?
Oh, that's interesting.
Would that, because there's the stairs, front room. I think maybe the seance room is under here.
Okay.
And these are going off like a lights.
To answer Oscar's question in chat, are we going to walk through the house? So we actually did that earlier on Brie's YouTube channel. You can catch that historical walkthrough where she goes through and talks about all the history of the house over there. But right now we are just picking 5 specific rooms and investigating. So if it's a seance room, we're going to hold off and we may bring the tripwire down there with us later. I believe, from what we did. So why don't you bring the tripwire back in the room and let's see if we can get it to do anything specifically.
Now, I do want to point out to everybody too, the table is a Ouija board that's in this room. And there's even a sign on the wall that says use the Ouija board at your own risk. And as I'm talking about the Ouija board, these lights are going off.
So we got the cat balls in there.
Yeah, I've got them on the table.
Why don't we put 2 of them
I've got a
to the tripwire?
Do what?
Let's put the 2 cat balls next to the tripwire and see if we can get any activity with those.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure my camera angle is.
That's great angle. Oh, and at 25:28 on the left side, I saw something possibly move.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if you did. So we've
Okay,
got
are
the
those
cage
cat balls on?
not doing anything. EMF
Are the
is
cat
at
balls
point.
on?
Yeah, the cat balls are on.
Because when you
Oh
set
wait,
them
no.
down, I didn't see them light up. Yeah.
No, thank you. I thought I had these on. I turned on the other ones in another room. No, you know what? I had these on when I set them up in here. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Can you move them away from the light just a little bit so that we can see some difference between them?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
put them in
that's
between the lights.
okay. Perfect.
Can you see both?
Yep, that's great. So I am going to give you, because we've been in this room for a little while, I'm going to
Alright.
give you 10 minutes to do a form of investigation, and your goal is to either get all the lights to turn one color or get both of those cat balls to light up. You got 10 minutes.
Alright. Well, hello, spirits. My name is Brie. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to see you guys again. I've been hearing you since I've been here this afternoon. You've definitely been making yourself known. I've got noises coming from that side. And it's not outside. It was like, sounded like something tapping on the wood shelving. Now my lights are supposed to be purple, like this one right here. Okay, the one at the very end is purple, but it's going up to yellow. It keeps rotating through the colors, purple, blue, green, yellow. Is there any way that you can turn all of these lights the same color, or make the ones that are red consistently? Can you make these change for me, or can you touch one of my cat balls? I'm sure you guys know what cat balls are. My friend Cody was here recently. Okay, so I've got these that are red over here. I don't know if you can see them. They're actually going yellow now. Thank you. Can you make all three of these go yellow? That one's yellow.
We are
Can you make
definitely getting different colors.
Can you make these go to different, like it feels like I'm actually shaking right now. Like it feels like there's something right here on my right side where the lights are actually trying to go down to purple. Can you make them go to purple for me? Can you make them match this one that's purple? Purple's my absolute favorite color. Can you show me purple? Would it be possible for you to make them go purple so I can validate that you're right here next to me? Can you do that for me, please? That one's going on the... Almost. You've almost got them going purple. Can you show me purple? I've got two more down here that are starting to go down to purple. Well, the one at the end is purple. The one next to it is blue, and it keeps going between green and purple. The one in front of it was red, and it's now going down to yellow. Can you make these lights go to purple for me? I come with nothing but peace, light, and love, and the utmost respect, and I just want to share you with everybody. You guys are absolutely amazing here, and I think you've got a beautiful story to tell. I don't feel like you mean harm. You've almost got this one going purple. Can you make it go purple for me, please? I heard a knock on the wall. Was that you?
Just answering a question in chat. This is the Mysterious Monroe House.
Like, I'm starting to actually feel nauseous right now. Like, I feel like whatever's here really wants to show itself to me, like it does want to communicate. I don't feel like it's harmful in any way. And the fact that it's like these lights are trying to change, I think this is actually really cool. Like the one at the end is blinking between blue and green now. Can you make that one go purple for me? It just went purple. Can you make it go purple? I see you trying to make it go. Can you make it go purple for me? Oh, you did it. Can you take it back to purple? So I don't know if you can see that one over here at the end.
Yeah, we can. Yep.
Okay, so it does keep blinking to purple.
Mm-hmm.
It blinked to purple like 3 times. Can you make it blink purple again for me just to validate that you're right there? That this isn't just some weird electric thing going on? There, it hit purple. It was real quick.
Yeah, it's done in a couple of...
Can you hold it on purple? That's blue, honey. Can you make it hold on purple for me? I know you can do it. You're trying so hard. You know, if you back up just a little bit, these lights are picking up on your energy.
Don't forget, to succeed, you can even get the 2 cat balls to light up.
I feel like something's touching underneath my leg right here. Like it was just like a gentle like caress, like nothing, just a light little caress on the bottom of my thigh. If that was you touching me, can you make a light go purple? Or can you light up one of my cat balls? I know I've seen video where a ball went rolling across the table, which that was so cool. Are you able to make one of my balls roll? EMF is holding steady at 0.3. K2 is not going off. Can you make my K2 spike to red?
Whoa, 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 whoa. There was an audible noise. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
There was an audible voice that I just heard that was a male voice.
No. But the curtain behind the camera is actually, it just moved.
It was at like 34:30. I couldn't make out what it said, but it was a clear as day male's voice.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, I kind of feel like I'm getting touched. Like I felt like my arm got caressed, and then like this, like down my spine, like just like a hand went down my spine. Can you make my K2 spike for me? Can you make it spike to red? Or can you make one of my cat balls go off? My friend heard you. I've felt you. You've touched my thigh, you've touched my back, and you've touched my arm now. Is there any way that you can make one of my cat balls light up or make my K2 spike to red? Just to validate what we're hearing and what we're feeling? Like I hear a car outside, but I heard a thump, and it sounded like it came down the hall. That's a car door outside, but there was a thump from in here.
And that is time. All right.
All right, guys.
Well, whoa. There was
Kris, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
You couldn't hear me
something
for a minute?
right behind my phone. And I swear it feels like a right here. Like
it sounded like the same voice, and it was right when you went to pick up that cat ball, I heard another voice. It was really wild.
That's crazy. That's really cool. I'll definitely have to come back up here tonight, later on.
All right, so let's continue this. Yep, bring that. Let's continue this part of the investigation by going to the seance room, which is directly below this. And
okay. It sounds like I'm getting there right now. Just so you know.
What were you saying? You were breaking up real bad.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. I've got full bars. Like I didn't have any reception issues whatsoever today when I did my walkthrough. But now I'm getting reception issues with you.
All right, I'm going to put you backstage so you can move your stuff, and I'm going to talk for a minute. So, wow, a lot of activity already. So we have that weird effect going on with the tripwire. It's only staying solid blinking when it's in that room. So we are going to go to the room directly below it with that tripwire and see if we get the same effect. When it went out into the hall, we did have some activity with it, but it was sporadic. The cat balls didn't light up. The EMF stayed fairly low throughout, but we saw a visual anomaly on the left of the screen at the very beginning of this. We also we heard two voices that Brie did not hear. So Mecca picks up on things, especially watching all of Brie's lives, and Mecca is saying that something is following her. Looks like Brie is almost to the next part of the location. Bill, thank you for joining. Dan, I've pulled your comments up a few times. Thanks for joining. Kris, thanks for joining. Good to see all y'all. And Brie is in the second location. So this is the room directly below where you just were.
I believe so. Yeah. Because when I'm thinking of the layout, I believe it would be the seance room that would be below the doll room. When I'm trying to think of it in my head. I mean, I could be wrong, but I want to say it's the seance, but I could be completely wrong. This is my second time here, and my first time I did a real quick highlight in August. So
How does
I
this
wasn't even here
room
that long.
how does this room feel to you?
I feel very anxious. I feel very I feel nervous in here. I feel like I'm very much not alone in here. Almost emotional. And this is the room that's got the 3 picture frames that we looked at earlier
I
too.
was going to say that. Let's highlight those 3 pictures so that the people at home know the importance to us and these pictures.
Okay. So is that drowning it out? Can you see it?
It's drowning it out a little, but if you explain it, I'm sure they'll understand what it is.
All right, that is Wildwood Sanitarium, Salamanca, New York, that we're looking at, which is where we did our very first remote when we did our first collaboration, a haunting collab. That was part 2. Right next to it is the Hinsdale House from Hinsdale, New York, where I spent 3 days and 2 nights and ended up with an attachment. Right next to it is Eloise with a piece of rock, and you can see the picture where it's on fire. And when we did our first part of our haunting collab, we went to Eloise Asylum for the Halloween haunt that they had.
Yeah, so we have 3 places that we've been on this journey.
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
My goal
So
with
what's
this
your
room,
goal?
you know those 3 locations pretty good. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
What pieces of equipment do you have with you in this room?
Okay, so we've got the trip wire that I just brought down from upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set this up right now. Holding chair. And they're lighting up already. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to figure out how to do the camera setup in here. Is that good?
Yep. So we're still getting
I'm wondering if I should just stand this up. That was actually the one that's flashing right now. That was actually purple. Those are lighting up at the end.
Mm-hmm. Oh, purple. So we went all solid purple. Are we purple all the way across?
No, I've got 2 that I can't get to go purple.
Okay. What other equipment do we have?
So I've got cat balls on the table. And I know I had these on. Okay. I've got one because there's a crocheted Ouija board. So that one's on the yes. I've got this one here. I know I had this on. Wow. Okay. It turned off. That one's on the no.
Okay.
I brought K2 in. Back down to green. And we've got my boo box that I love to work with.
Okay. So your goal, knowing those places we've been before and some of the spirits that reside in those places.
Yes.
See if you can get some sort of proof, either through yes or no answers with the cat ball or a name on the boo box of either a spirit at that location or the job that spirit once had. You got 20 minutes.
How long do I have?
20 minutes
20?
starting
Okay.
now.
All right, so for those who are new to watching me, when I use my Boo Box, I run the Necrophonic app on it. I've already got a predetermined password that I can use for validation if I'm getting intelligent responses, if I remember to ask. I'm just waiting for the phone to turn on. I always turn it off after use, making sure I've got my speaker box on. It's on. I feel so, like, I feel, if you ever had somebody lean on your back, like across your shoulders, like just drape an arm or like lean, that's what I keep feeling this urge. Like, I feel like something is just draping itself over my back, like heavy. I don't know how else to describe it. And it's getting heavy and hard to breathe. Spirits, hello? Hi, my name is Brie. It's nice to get to finally have the chance to talk to you guys. Okay, you can't see it, but the damn cat ball that's on yes just it tipped. It tipped and it went right back. Okay. Now there's 3 picture frames in this room that I've got a personal connection to all 3 of these locations. 3. Can you tell me what one of these locations are? There's 3 locations. I think that's Hinsdale, but I could be wrong. Did you just say Hinsdale? You know what? It sounded like it just said bullshit. Can you tell? Is there any spirits here that are connected to one of these 3 locations? Okay, my face is really hurting now, like right here. And I'm feeling really, really nauseous. It feels like something just came in. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like something just came in. Is there a spirit here that's connected to one of the 3 locations that I showed on camera? I've got a personal relationship with all 3 of these locations, and if you're from one of them, I would love to say so. Did you? Sounded like it said, did you go to Hinsdale? And then it said, listen, but I have no clue what that voice just said. Yes, I did go to Hinsdale. Who was there? My name is Brie, sweetheart. What's your name? I've never heard that come through before. It feels like something's touching my arm right here. Hi. And now I'm getting kid voices. Okay, slow down. You guys, slow down. I want to hear all of you. Just take your time. If you come through all at once, I have no clue what you're saying. I've got these lights on the floor that you were making light up when I first put them down. Look somewhere, but I don't know what it's telling me to look at. Where am I supposed to look? Yes. I think I just got to get out, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to stand in front of these pictures. Where? They're over here on the bookshelf. I think you guys can see. So I'm going to stand over here. Can you tell me which one? Can you, are you, any of you here, are you associated with one of the three locations? Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Can you tell me which location you're associated to? Monroe was just said. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. What up? I love when the what up comes through. Now, two of these locations, I have a really close relationship to. One of them was really special because I never thought I'd get to see it. Okay, like my whole head freaking hurts right now. Can you step back for me, please? I think it just said leave. I'm not gonna leave. I come in love, light, and peace, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. Two of them? I've got shadow play in the kitchen. Like where I'm at, I can see into the kitchen and I are you? Who's in the kitchen? Can you make my lights light up for me? You were making these go off. Or, you know what, better yet, a really good friend of mine wrote 2 books that's in this display case. Who is there? Can you tell me my friend's name? Eloise just came through. Same voice, but I couldn't make out what was just being said. It just said freaking Eloise. Okay, so are you associated with Eloise? Were you a patient at Eloise? Yes. It's like really like my face hurts, my chest is heavy. Can you tell me the name of one of the other properties? You said 2 of them now. Can you tell me the third one? I think I heard it, but I'm not sure. Can you tell me the third location, please? I'm pointing at it right now. Can you tell me the name? Yeah. Can you give me your name? My name is Brie. I think you just said go home. My name is Brie. What's yours? What's the name of the person that's associated with Hinsdale? I did hear Hinsdale come through twice. Bob? Bob, it's nice to meet you. No, the person who's associated with Eloise, can you tell me your name? I think a name came through, but I do not understand it. Okay, can you guys slow down just a little bit for me? Yeah, okay, thank you. I'd really like the name of the person who's associated with Eloise, just so I know who I'm talking to, so I can show you respect. Is the name Anne? Is Anne associated with Eloise? That's weird, that whispering. I can't make it out, but that whispering is really loud. Girl. So is there anybody here associated with the other property? I think I heard you say it, but I don't want to say for sure. Yes. Okay, what's the name of the property? Can you tell me what's in the picture frame? What's in the picture frame that's associated with Hinsdale? Well, I don't think there's Coke out there. But what's in the picture frame associated with Hinsdale? I'm feeling really dizzy right now. I'm gonna try something. That was plain as day, Hinsdale. Okay, so you can see the lights are still purple. The cat balls have not moved. And they have not lit up. The K2 has occasionally spiked. But even sitting next to the phone, it's not going off. So if you're from Hinsdale, do you know who I am? Yep. Are you able to travel back and forth from Monroe to Hinsdale? Okay, can you step back for me a little bit, please? I know I'm gonna feel you, but you don't need to be too close where you hurt my head. So are you traveling between Hinsdale and Monroe? Can you tell me if I'll be going back to Hinsdale? It's like really heavy in here now. Like it got way heavy. See, if there's one thing I will always tell everybody, your body is going to be your best piece of equipment. You're going to pick up on stuff so much quicker and better with your body. Can you tell me, will I go back to Hinsdale? Yep. That was a real quick yep. Now I think I heard you say the third location. I'm gonna ask one last time. What's the last location? Look at the doll. What doll? There's a couple different dolls in the bookshelves over here. What doll am I supposed to look at? See, what's funny is when I looked up, it said just a little lower. Yeah, it is really quiet. What up? Hi. Can you tell me your name? Like, I feel like something. Brie. Here. Do you have a message for me? Sure. What's your message? So I asked for my message. The K2 has not gone off. You guys can't see this. I've got it. It started spiking when I asked what my message is. It's not spiking now, though. Now that was a whole sentence. I'll have to play that back to listen to it again. It sounded like something like they believe. Okay,
And
I
that's
see
time.
outside, but I just heard a bang upstairs, like a door shutting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
I did not.
Okay.
But that is the time for that challenge. So I shut off the boo box so we can hear you for a minute.
Yep, I got it.
So definitely think you got the point for this room because we did hear a couple of the locations mentioned. So great job on that. Some things that I heard were doll for sure. Mecca was in chat saying, "Look at me, doll." Like a person was maybe saying that, but I don't know. I told you when we were in this room before, I was really drawn to that doll in the middle. And the signal, the signal kept artifacting all over that doll throughout your entire time in there.
I'll be honest, when I turned around, I was looking up and I heard it come across, look down. I think it said look down. Yeah, and it would have been looking down at the doll.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of conversation going on. I think it's time we move to the third room, which let's have that be the one that's a little bit in the back of the house. That's on the other side of the pulpit.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to put you back straight. All right. So when we were going into this room, this is just a room that was closed off from another room that has a pulpit in it from a church. And there is a little prayer on it. So what we are going to do tonight is see if I can pick a certain word because I took a screenshot of the prayer that was on there. And Brie is going to try to get them, the spirits, to be able to look through the wall at the prayer that's written down and get that specific word said to her. So that is going to be the goal. And then after the experiment, we'll have Brie go into that other room and show you all and see if we heard that word or not. So we're not going to tell you what that word is until after. You'll just have to remember how many words over and how many words down. So it looks like Brie is here. All right. So Brie, real quick, do a
Sorry, I heard something coming from the other side of the wall.
Well, do you not have the boo box on?
No.
I'm hearing a bunch of different voices.
No, it's just me. I told you this is the room I don't like. Like it's not one of the really, really bad ones, but this one makes me like, this is the one I felt a hand on my throat when I was walking you through FaceTime. That's on the other side of the one. Yeah.
Is it maybe my signal?
Shut off. Yeah, no, the boo box is shut off on the table in the seance room. So.
Okay. So, all right. Why don't you give a shout out for this room because there's something you.
You're breaking up. Let me see if I need to move the tripod.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad for us.
All right, let me try something. Which is so weird because I walked through here with you completely fine earlier.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I can
will
hear you
go
real
here.
clear right now.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, it's sounding good. I'm thinking that there was possibly feedback that we heard before.
Okay. Can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and talk for a minute about this room, and then I'll give you the challenge.
Okay. I know that if I remember correctly from Paranormal Lockdown, this is one of the rooms that they did sleep in. This room used to connect. You used to be able to walk through the house like a big circle. So there's another room on the other side that you should be able to get to, but it's now walled off. Shout out to, and I might pronounce your last name wrong, and I apologize if I do. We've got the poster for Evil on Earth here. It's a Matt Bitton film. My friend Joe Vital, he's actually commented on my post for tonight's event and told me to find his poster. I found your poster, dude. So, when I was walking through here earlier, it legitimately felt like something had a hold of my throat. I felt a hand on my throat. And it was like, I don't know if it was something trying to get my attention. I don't know. I'm not one to jump to all the crap that you see all over YouTube. But it definitely was kind of like alarming to me. But when I went to the other side and there's more, you can feel more here. For whatever reason, this room, you definitely feel. My face is hurting. It's hard to breathe. And when I had the camera actually set up on a chair, and I'll move the camera so you guys can see where I had the tripod set up, I actually had it right there. And that's when it started getting all funny. But it felt like something, like where my hair is parted for the two buns, it felt like something was like running its finger up the part of the back of my head. So, yay. So what's the challenge, Kris? Are you muted? Or am I completely in a dead zone?
No.
Okay.
It was me.
I'm like, what's going on, dude?
So, somebody from Live Paranormal was just recently here. Okay. And earlier, when you were doing your other challenge, they mentioned the name of a child spirit. Now, I know what it is. I don't want you to see what it is because they mentioned it. So I'm going to try to get you to get the name of that child spirit that they once got. Along with that, on the pulpit, there was a prayer that was written down, and we'll show everybody watching later. I want them to tell me on the second verse the fifth word.
Okay.
So remember that, everybody listening. Second verse, fifth word.
Second verse, fifth word, name of a child, spirit, and boo box, right?
Yep, you can do the boo box.
All right, let me go grab it.
All right.
I forgot it. Sorry, guys.
Okay. So I'm not going to tell anybody about this just yet, what they have to get. It has to be feedback that we're hearing.
Are you still hearing voices in your head, Kris?
I'm thinking it's feedback. So Second verse, fifth word.
Okay.
Number 5. All right. Second verse,
Fifth
fifth
verse.
word. All right. And you got
5, second verse.
you have 15 minutes for this one.
All right.
Good luck.
All right, let's get this started. Okay, spirits. Let's turn this on. So, my friends were recently here, and they got the name of a child's spirit. Can you give me the name of the child's spirit that is here? Tom. That sounds like Mary, but I could be wrong. Sounds like my name. Tom. And I feel like the side of my face is getting touched right here. Is there a child spirit? Is there a child spirit in here with me? Pleased to meet you. Well, I'm pleased to meet you too. It's nice to make your acquaintance. Can you give me your name, sir? I've never heard that type of screech come through before. That was like underneath the woman wailing. Like it's really. I just saw movement over here on the wall. Yes. Was that you I just saw? So I'm curious. There's a church pulpit on the other side of the wall. Yes. There's a piece of paper that's taped to the top of it. On the second verse, can you tell me what the fifth, Brie, word is? Can you tell me what the fifth word is on that second verse? I'm feeling really anxious, like there's something. There's a small walkway to another sitting room. That way. And I'm feeling really anxious about. What is that? That was twice it came through. Is Tom the name of the child? I'm going to stop this for a second because I need to figure out what I'm hearing. And I'm seeing light play on this wall that I'm looking at. that was not there before. Like, it's not from the lamp. I did leave some lamps on in certain rooms just because I'm not familiar with the layout of the house. And because of how it is kind of like the rooms are odd with how you walk into them. But I had to stop this for a second because I couldn't figure out what I was hearing. I couldn't figure out if it was outside noise or if it was inside noise. And it's definitely not outside noise, and it's walking. Now I'm hearing something upstairs. Actually, it sounds like it's on the other side of the wall. Like something's touching my ear. All right, I'm gonna turn this back on. Can you tell me what was being touched? It wasn't my right ear, sorry, it's my left. Can you tell me what was being touched? Something about an infant. Hi. Is there a child spirit here with me? If so, can you tell me your name? I'm a mom myself. I've got 3 kids. There's moving down there again. And like right here hurts. All of a sudden. Do I like it? No, that kind of hurt. Some people are into pain, not me, really. There was a click over here. And there's nothing there to make a clicking noise. Now, I don't remember what's on the piece of paper on the pulpit, but my friend would like to know what the 5th word is on the 2nd verse. Can you tell me what the 5th word is? Please? See, I'm kind of in a really cool competition. Do you think you can help me out? We could like team up together. You could be my friend. Can you tell me what the 5th word is? I don't remember. I read it and I don't remember. Guess. Now, is Tom the name of the little kid spirit that my friend got? I keep feeling like my face is being touched. But you know, like when you're with a little kid and a little kid will just like outline your face. Brie. Sunny. Do you guys like that there's a pulpit in here from a church? There's that click again. Yeah. Can you tell me what kind of church that pulpit came from? Okay, slow down one at a time. Can you tell me what's on top of the pulpit? There's a couple of different things that are on top of the pulpit. Can you tell me what they are? There's one item that's laying on top. There's something laying on top. And it looks like it'd be something you would wear. What is that? Jewelry. That sounded like freaking Three Stooges. I've got audible walking. Am I hearing you walk right now? Yeah. How many spirits are in the room with me right now? Okay, I got a bunch of different numbers. I heard 9, I heard 2, I heard 10. Can you tell me again how many are in here with me? Friends. Well, it's nice that you consider me your friend. Like, I for real hear somebody walking around. I showed you guys it's a solid wall. Like, I'm surrounded 3 sides, solid walls, well, 3.5. Can you tell me the name of the small child? If it's Is Tom the name of the small child? Now that was weird. Kind of sounded like it said, I am God.
And that is time. All right. So let's shut that off.
Yeah.
So I will say this. You didn't call out the word, but I heard it several times. I put a time stamp in there. I thought that it was around the 1 hour and about 19-minute mark in. I heard it clear as day. It was right after you asked what was that word. And so everybody can see, I snapshot a picture of it. So second verse, 5th word would be Bible. And it said Bible, and I think you thought it said Brie. But I felt like it said Bible pretty clear.
I'm kind of distracted in this room, and I apologize. I've been hearing walking, like lots of very
Mhm.
audible, as if like that wall was not built, like it still connects. It sounds like somebody just pacing. And then I've heard
Okay.
walking down, and I've seen lights down reflecting off this wall. So I'm kind of like trying to listen to this, and then also kind of like, what the hell's going on? Sorry.
So, how are you feeling right now?
I feel very nauseous. I don't like this room. There is something about this room I don't like. I felt like I kept getting touched. I felt like something's almost mocking me, like with all the walking.
Okay. Well, let's move you out of
And then
that
like I would
room.
hear weird.
Let's get you out of that room then and move you to the kitchen. Okay.
Oh.
So hopefully we'll get a little better service when we're in the kitchen because it was a little bit choppy. I feel like some of that audio that we thought we were hearing things was feedback because I noticed it was always like right when I was talking. Yeah, Mecca, you called it a few times about and even where she was being touched. Now, I did clearly hear the word Bible be said, so Brie got 2 points for tonight. It's funny. Somebody in chat said Tom, and it was like almost immediate. We heard Tom for the first time pop up on the boo box. So I found that interesting. Can you hear me, Brie?
Yeah, I'm standing behind the camera. I'm
Okay.
Yeah. Is that good?
Yep. So, what pieces of equipment do you have in this room?
All right, so I've got an EVP recorder, and I've got an S box. So we're gonna run with the S box, and I'm gonna try my best to get a couple EVPs. I know that a lot of people have said that this kitchen has been the heart of the haunting. And I've got a friend who has gotten amazing EVPs of like a woman wailing from the kitchen. So, we are going to try to get an EVP while we're in here, and then I'm going to also try to see if I can get some intelligent responses through the S box with whatever my challenge is to get
Okay.
from the kitchen. And this is the room that I own from Paranormal Lockdown. Everything flying open. So.
All right. So I'm going to give you a couple of words. And if you can get any of these words on the EVP, you'll get a point. Okay?
Yay! Okay.
All right. So word number 1 is Monroe. Word number 2 is road trip.
Monroe?
Yep. Word number 2 is road trip.
Okay, road trip.
And word number 3 is doll.
Doll. Okay.
All right. I'm going to give you 20 minutes for this. And your time starts now.
Okay. All right. So y'all bear with me. I'm normally the one in the room when somebody else is operating the equipment and doing the EVPs. Okay, that's a reflection. So this is new to me doing my own EVP. I feel like such a big kid right now. So, don't judge too harshly or laugh too hard. But I do know people that have gotten amazing EVPs to come through on from being within this kitchen. The kitchen is famous for they walked through on paranormal lockdown and then they walked back in and everything was wide open. It's been said that there's a lot of feelings, a lot of things that do transpire and happen within the kitchen. So, and then also me knowing people that have personally gotten amazing EVPs out of here. I think this is actually a great challenge for me to do. So, spirits, I've communicated with you so far with the boo box, with my trip lights. I'm going to start recording now. I've communicated with you so far with the boo box, trip lights. I've had other equipment out for you. Don't know if y'all just heard that. But I know that this is a place that you all have come to call home. Can you give me the name of the location that we're at right now? Now, it's been said that spirits know us. They know when we're coming. They know what we do, what we're about. And I'm just kind of curious. Can you tell me what it is that I'm known for? What is it that I do all the time? Kris, you're going to have to tell me what the third word is. I totally blanked on it. I am having a blonde moment.
Your words were Monroe, road trip, and dummy. You dummy.
I thought it was.
Or doll. Doll. It's doll. Because I thought of the dummy in that room.
Thank you.
Doll.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to put this back and see if we got anything.
Okay.
Are you going to play? I've communicated with you so far with the boo box, trip lights. I've had other equipment out for you. Don't know if y'all just heard that. So the knock I heard, I caught on the EVP. This is a place that you all have come to call home. Can you give me the name of the location that we're at right now? I think there was something there. I've All right, I went the wrong way. Sorry, guys. I've communicated with you so far with the boo box, trip lights. I've had other equipment out for you. There's the knock. Don't know if y'all just heard that. But I know that this is a place that you all have come to call home. Can you give me the name of the location that we're at right now? There's something there. I cannot make it out. It sounds like a male voice. Now, it's been said that spirits know us. They know when we're coming. They know what we do, what we're about. And I'm just kind of curious. Can you tell me what it is that I'm known for? What is it that I do all the time? You can hear the crinkle of the tablecloth that I was leaning against. But you also hear a couple other noises that weren't me. All right, so let's try this again. All right, how can I ask this? This location is known for a couple of really special toys. There's even a couple that are in the display cases in the seance room. Can you tell me what they are? Can you tell me the name of the street that this house is located on? I were to drive cross country, what would that be called? No, I don't know if you guys just heard it. There's water bottles on the counter next to the coffee pot, and it literally sounded like something like bumped into one of the bottles. So I'm curious to see if that's gonna be on the playback or not. Here we go. This location is known for a couple of really special toys. There's even a couple that are in the display cases in the seance room. Can you tell me what they are? Sound like a little girl's voice. Like a real quick, like giggle almost. Can you tell me the name of the street that this house is located on? If I were to drive cross country, what would that be called? You hear the water bottle get hit. All right, how else can I ask this? I'm just curious. I know that somebody is in here in the kitchen with me. You've made a couple noises. Can you tell me what your name is? Can you tell me what's in the display case in the seance room? Inside of a glass cabinet? Can you tell me what this location is called? Car driving by. If I were to drive from Ohio to Indiana, what would that be considered? I'm just curious. I know that somebody is in here in the kitchen with me. You've made a couple noises. Can you tell me what your name is? Can you tell me what's in the display case in the seance room? Inside of a glass cabinet? Can you tell me what this location is called? Car driving by. If I were to drive from Ohio to Indiana, what would that be considered? So I am not the EVP wizard, evidently. Some people got it. Like Sean Austin can go and do EVPs and get something like every damn time he turns his recorder on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. However, that was the last of the main challenges.
I got 0 points.
You got 0 points.
I got 0.
But
0.
This final challenge, though, you don't have to get any evidence. Now, if you get evidence, that's extra. Totally awesome. But the point system doesn't matter. I need you to go down to the basement, and I'll tell you what the final challenge is.
Okay.
You can take stuff with you if you want, but that's up to you. So, I don't know if anybody in chat has been to the Mysterious Monroe House before, but if you have, put in chat what you think I'm going to have Brie do in the basement. Brie's challenge, once I give it to her, is to last 20 minutes doing this challenge. It's not going to be for the faint of heart. It's going to be scary for her, especially being alone. And we are going to see if she has the guts to make it through. That would be awesome. Yeah, run those EVPs through, and if there's anything there, we can post them up on her TikTok and YouTube, and that would be really cool to have a follow-up. So let's see. I believe she might be down there. Are you down there?
No, I'm not.
You got lost?
Hold on. I gotta. No, I need to run to the bathroom. Sorry.
Yeah, that's probably that's that's probably a real good decision because what's about to happen to Brie, and she's not watching right now, so I can say uh, there is a hole dug in the basement where a body was found, and we are going to have her go right to that area and see if she can do an isolation session by herself where they found the body. Um, um, I'm not going to do nothing to her. She's going to have her own. She is going to just be kind of. She can bring equipment if she wants. She can tell about her feelings. We did this at the Wildwood Sanatorium where we put her in the attic alone for 20 minutes. Um, and it was pretty cool to see the effects it starts having on a person when they just kind of talk about their feelings and what's happening. And her whole goal is to just last 20 minutes. If she can last 20 minutes, then she wins for the night. All the points are put on this one challenge here. So as soon as she gets back, we will bring her up. While we're waiting, just to let you know, you can catch me on the Hulu original Monster Inside, where I take down or help take down the big bad McCamey Manor. And we have a Facebook group called McCamey Manor Road Trip where you can find us and follow all of this stuff and help spread awareness to people that are being abused and tortured by this madman. So let's look. See, the basement can be bad. I've been hissed out of the basement. I've caught many orbs. So she wins all the Christmas cookies. Yep. All right. It looks like she is back on the move.
Okay. Ladder.
Cool. Oh, you got a ladder? Perfect. How comfortable are you getting in there?
Back there is where they found the body.
So I will say your signal is pretty choppy.
Okay. Ow.
You all right? Are you crawling in there?
Yeah.
You're in there. So where are you? Explain to the people.
I am in what they have turned into a crawl space. So this is all boarded up. This back there is where they found the bodies. And the police were called in. And it's also where Nick Groff got drugged backwards when he was in a hazmat suit and trying to crawl through, trying to figure out what is back here. So it goes around a corner. And you're going to have to let me know what my signal's doing because I can't tell you. I don't know. But
so it's very choppy at the moment. Oh, there we go.
You can see in where. So I can be in here. Jesus. You gotta like turn around. So you're gonna have to let me know what my signal's doing. If it's choppy, if it's bad, if I need to come Um,
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be the plan. I'm going to leave you be for 20 minutes. You can investigate, you can tell your feelings, and if the signal gets bad, I'll hop on. If not, have
okay.
fun. This is your final challenge. If you can make it the full 20 minutes, you win tonight's round. All right?
Okay. All right.
All right.
I don't know
Your
if I'm
timer,
gonna stay on my knees in case I need to go.
that's up to you. Your timer starts
I
now.
don't run. You guys know I don't run. I'm scared to look in that window. I'm not gonna. I remember when I was here highlighting in August and I came around, I actually climbed up in and during my highlight and I looked in that window and it took me a minute to like work the guts up to look in that window. Did you guys hear that tapping? Kris, are you still up?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, maybe that was me.
Okay, so I'm hearing your tapping. Okay, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna wiggle my way back. Bree's got her big girl panties on. So you can actually look through the window and you can see like where Eddie and Nick crawled through on paranormal lockdown, where the bones were found and they stopped what they were doing and pulled out and the cops were called and all that fun stuff. I will tell you right now that it feels very unnerving. It's very unnerving sitting in here. And I feel real emotional. I feel like a lot of people have come and made light of the crawl space. And I think as investigators, we do that at certain locations, like, I mean, I've even taken bathtub selfies in asylums. So I think we all tend to kind of do that at times. Because we try to bring fun into the locations that we're going to. We try to get the cool pictures, we try to make locations fun, and in a way, we try to make them look good. Okay, that's the neighbor's dog I hear barking. Like, I still don't want to look this way. Like, I remember the first time I crawled in and I looked in, I legit expected a face to pop up, like looking back at me. And that was scary. And now that I'm sitting here, like with the light, the IR light reflecting, it illuminates the rocks. And so the rocks have a glow behind me and they show up in the reflection of the plexiglass. And I could really see if somebody wasn't paying attention and they took a picture where you would have that pareidolia matrixing and you could think that you would have a face looking back at you because of how the rocks reflect into the plexi. Not saying you wouldn't have a face pop up at you. I'm not gonna lie, the investigator in me is really tempted to like knock and see if something would knock back. Like, it feels real heavy in my chest and my face is hurting right now. It's hurting really bad, actually. Like, it's hurting up into my forehead. And normally, I just, when I feel energies around me, like I'll just feel it from like tear ducts down, like down my nose, under my eyes. But like it's okay, that was dust. It's like raging. Like I feel it spiking up like into my forehead. Like there's a lot of pressure. When I go into locations like this, I always try to be a clean slate. Even though I watch shows or I watch people's YouTube videos, I try to like not focus on what I saw or what happened. So that way when I go into a location, I'm not going in with the preset. The already my mind is made up. Like I try to, because I feel like you do an injustice as an investigator when you go to a location. And I think everybody knows Monroe because bones were found, the cops were called. Like I know I'm in the basement and it's cold, but I feel like really like I almost feel like something's right here. Like there's a breeze. I literally feel a breeze. And I know that people have come to Monroe and they've had bad experiences. And I think it's all in what you bring into a location. I think it's your own personal energy. I think it's the energy of the people that you're with, your intentions. If you come in with the mindset already believing that something is bad, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the bad. If you go into a location with an open heart and open mind, I hear crawling in there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I hear a car, but I hear movement in there. And I just saw movement between the slats right here. And that's where I'm feeling the breeze. So I saw movement here. but I'm hearing stuff there. See, I'll be honest, I don't mind doing these type of challenges. Nick and I actually recently talked about this a couple of times. Like, this is kind of when you get your best feel for a location, is when you just sit and you're quiet. You're able to take in your surroundings. You're able to actually, like, feel. And a lot of people don't do that. They want to catch the EVPs. They want the bells and the whistles and the lights to light up. But the most important part is when you're quiet, because then you can feel your environment that you're in. You can hear the footsteps, the knocking. You can smell the perfume, or like the cherry tobacco. It's almost like having a really nice, expensive meal and you savoring it. And see, now I got a breeze coming this way across my face. And I'm really tempted to knock on the wall and ask if something's down here, like if they can knock back. And I know you guys are dying for me to do that, aren't you? What if I were to tell you I can hear something moving outside of the hole? I don't know if you guys can hear it. I know there's a lot of sirens going on outside, so there's probably a lot of like outside noise that you guys are hearing. Yeah, like I feel cold breeze on my face right now. And I'm looking at the cobwebs that are hanging next to me, and nothing's moving. And I imagine that those should be moving the way that they're hanging down. It keeps feeling like something's touching the tip of my nose. It's driving me nuts. Now, when I look at the cobwebs that are like up higher, I see where airflow is moving and like they're moving. But anything that's like closer to me where I'm feeling, I don't see them moving. If there's anything down here with me, can you make a noise? If I knock on the wall, can you knock back? It's okay for you to respond. If I do, can you finish that? I really hope my service is holding out. That you guys are seeing this. I wonder if you guys are hearing anything. If you are still there.
Time's up.
I win.
Good job. That was good. It was cool to see, like, just your reaction, just taking it in, seeing how everything was. How about you get out of there and we can talk for a minute before we wrap up the night, but at least you can get out of that spot. So she did really good. That's one thing I know some people ask, why isn't she doing experiments or something? It's about being in the location and just kind of becoming one with it, listening to the sounds around you, letting the stuff come and interact with you instead of the other way around. She's working on getting out. We're still in the hole. I can see her in the background. And it looks like she is safely out of the hole. So that's good. Tonight was good. I felt like we saw some good activity early on. I know we didn't get any EVPs, but that happens in an investigation. You can't expect to go to a place and get nonstop activity. That just usually does not happen. but I think the amount of activity that we got in this location has been phenomenal tonight. There was some real good stuff that we all got to see. Um, yeah, she is definitely tough. She does not scare easy. Um, thank you so much. Um, they do. They do. So she is working her way out of the basement. As soon as she gets into a room where we got some good signal, we are going to talk about the night real quick and then wrap up this live in the next few minutes. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Brie's channel. You should be watching it. It is Brie Hollingshead. Um, subscribe there. Subscribe to Haunted Road Trip. Subscribe to Horror Road Trip. Subscribe to McKamey Manor Road Trip. All those fun ones are there. Please subscribe. Um, all right, you made it out.
Okay, the alarm didn't scare me. I thought I had forgotten to turn an alarm off on my phone.
I was trying to look. I was trying to look for the loudest noise I could to just set off, and it was like perfect timing because you were slowly creeping close. Can you hear me? Can you not hear me?
Okay, now I can. I thought my phone died. I was like, dude, I got a battery pack.
No, I was looking for like the loudest noise I could to scare you, and then it was like perfect timing. You kept inching your way closer to the phone. You're like, "Do I have service?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's only seconds away." So a great night tonight. You had some phenomenal activity. We saw the tripwire upstairs going off, possible portal activity, people were saying. We got some great responses on the boo box, some nice interactions with that as well. There was several orbs or some sort of anomaly that we saw in the background at times. I feel when you were in the cross space, there was even something. There was something there. Like I couldn't pinpoint if it was dust, but it's definitely worth going back and watching, and we'll probably see something. I felt like we could hear the scratching at certain times. So, you seeing stuff?
Hearing, walking.
Okay. So, this about concludes my part of the night. Brie, I believe you said you're going live again some more tonight.
Yeah, I will actually be here until 9:00 in the morning. So I am spending the night alone at the Mysterious Monroe House. I will be going live on TikTok, and if I've got time, depending on how late it is, I'll click back over to StreamYard and stream across all platforms again.
So, what's your TikTok so people can
TikTok is at Breeze, Breeze, baby, Brie. I gotta change the handle, and I'm still working on changing stuff. So slowly but surely, everything's getting over to one unified handle. But for right now, it's just the Brie, baby Brie.
So awesome night tonight. This was a great first episode.
Yes.
I'd like to say that we would have some more episodes before we have like a big event, but you've already set up like a big event for us for our next episodes. So
I know. Should we talk about that, or
you could talk about it? Yeah, talk about it real quick. It's a list.
So we are going to be doing a huge. The end of January is going to be huge for Remotely Paranormal. we've got 3 locations that we're going to be going to. They're already lined up, and it's going to be a triple header. So they're literally, it's one day, the next day, the following day. It's 3 lined up all in a row.
Yeah.
So
And they're like big, crazy locations.
yeah, they're big name locations. These are locations that people are probably going to go, what the hell are you thinking? Locations.
Yeah.
So
tune in end of January as we get closer to time. We are going to drop dates and all that for everybody to check it out. But we hope you like the show. We're going to try doing it at least once a month, if not 3 days in a row. Which
at least twice in a month if we're able to. It
yeah.
just depends on scheduling but that it presented itself, and it would have been so.
We couldn't turn it down.
It couldn't.
No.
Couldn't. I mean, it was literally like handed to, like it was perfection. We couldn't have set that up better than if we really like busted our asses on it.
Yeah. So big things coming. Make sure to check us out, and we hope you enjoyed Remotely Paranormal. More things to come from us when we already got the dates locked down, but we're not going to release that yet. But once we start dropping the promo stuff, you will see that and be able to find it. Brie, great job tonight. You are brave. You did awesome. I'm going to have us go with a end credit.
Yes. Bye, guys. Thank you.